Welcome back once again to the Odryssian Kingdom campaign. We are going to jump straight into a settlement battle against our first, I think it's our first actual decent Seleucid army. Alright, now we want to deploy defensively just to try and get at least a little bit of use out of our artillery. We'll go ahead and just leave a solid wall of pikes. You know what, we'll actually deploy up here by this dune. Keep the pikes in this bit of a dense line. Go ahead and put the archers up here. Now we may actually pull back up this. Yeah, we're going to go back up the hill a little bit here. Man, pikes are so cool. I mean, just look at these guys. What are you yelling at? Sorry, anyway. Let's leave the peltas available on the left flank. And you know what? I don't typically do this, but let's actually deploy our light spear units to defend the flanks of our pikes. We're gonna noob box just a little bit here. But since we know that's how the AI likes to engage anyway, they love to send units to hit the sides of our front line, so we're just going to deploy in anticipation of that. We'll go ahead and go cavalry heavy on the right flank and expect our reinforcing cavalry to handle the left flank. Now the archers will actually leave on fire at will because I would expect their elephants to charge us immediately. I have forgotten that this unit existed, so we need to run them back just as quick as they can. We're going to move the cavalry forward just in case.
I never get tired of sharing the field with men such as you. It is a privilege, truly. By your command! Melee warriors!
We will go ahead and get our swords moving this direction. Make sure that the ballista are not on fire at will. And then just move them to the rear center. Go ahead and get the archers up here. I actually did want them on fire at will. Now we can't quite see the enemy forces. So let's actually send this cavalry force forward a little bit to do some scouting for us. In the meantime, let's try and get organized with our swords. We're gonna go real heavy on the left flank. We'll actually put these guys kind of on the front line here. Okay, so they are charging us. Let's pull back out of that. Their elephants are on the right flank. Those pikes are a little bit scary. Alright, now we are set up well enough to hold while our reinforcements move into position. I needed to make sure these guys are on fire at will. Looks like they're going cav heavy on my right flank. Maybe. Maybe these guys are just forming up, I'm not sure. We do need our artillery to get up here quickly, though. We'll play defensive with our cavalry for now. I believe they have 6 units of archers and slingers. I don't know if they actually have slingers, but I think they have 6 missile units. The only infantry I am even mildly concerned about is their pikes, and I think they had 1 unit of really good spears or hoplites. Wait a minute. Never mind, I thought they had like a lot more gold on their armor. Okay, it's fine if the archers go ahead and return fire into their archer lines.
Odryssian warriors! Cavalry at your command!
I'm not sure if my missile cav would be fast enough. Okay, they should be fast enough to actually skirmish with the elephants.
Skirmishers!
But I don't know if this cavalry unit by itself can take on their reinforcements, because they will have a lot of extra cavalry. Right, now they are trying to spread us out a bit here. Our artillery is almost in position. We're going to rotate this force over to our right flank, because they're looking, well, we'll keep them there for now, actually.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Keep bringing the...
Swords!
What are those called?
Warriors!
Wait a minute, where's my... Oh, these guys, okay. Keep bringing these units back a little bit. Now let's try and get a charge there. They have worked their pikes around my right flank. Archers, you need to start shooting into the elephants. The remaining archers can target some archers. You guys go ahead and get a charge. Our cavalry won decisively out here. So let's start rotating the heavier cav around. Fortunately, we're not going to get really any use out of our ballista. Okay, we need to get some help out here quickly, because our cavalry got charged. Start moving up the rest of the line. Okay, now in the center, we are going to lose this engagement against pikes, because their pikes are undoubtedly just substantially better than ours. All we need is for our guys to last for a little while. Because if they can last for a little bit, we can work the flanks and win the rest of the engagement quite handily. Our artillery really needs to stop firing now. Okay, what are the archers working on? Some of our archers have already used their ammo, which is a bit terrifying. We'll go ahead and just put them here. I'm messing up my cavalry pretty bad. I don't even know where my other unit of skirmish cav is out here. They may have broken. Oh, they're actually chasing skirmish cav. Alright, that's fine. Start running through here and wrapping around there. Peltists, follow these guys. What we want to do is cut them off here. Move these swords up to help defend that. We want to cut off their reinforcements and then start working the flanks. I'm actually going to slow this down a little bit just so I can manage the troops a little better. These guys will lose decisively.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
But that is expected. Go ahead and send our cavalry after their general. I'm not entirely sure my guys are going to win out here. It says they're winning slightly, so we will see. Okay, our cavalry has won over here, so we can start wrapping around more aggressively. With the peltasts. Now, since these light spears are going to be losing decisively, we need to try and help them out as soon as possible. Okay, our front line should be just fine. They'll hold long enough that we'll be okay on the front. Okay, you guys actually just go ahead and engage this phalanx. Obviously we don't like to engage a phalanx from the front, but sometimes we need to, just so we can get our troops working around where we want them. Did we actually beat their unit of pikes here, or did we just shoot it to death? We probably just shot it to death, which is fine. Okay, we need to work that unit of pikes quickly. Where's these guys? They're still coming around. Archers are basically out of ammo, so we don't really need to manage them anymore. We've got units in position to hold the flanks as needed. Now these guys can start shooting into the Greek hoplites that are annihilating our spears. Okay, since we got the rear charge there, we can just pull back off of the front of that engagement. Fighting pikes and hoplites is always a little bit goofy. Or it can do goofy things to your lines, I should say. Okay, peltasts, I'm not quite sure what you've done that for. But we can roll with it. These guys need to keep coming around until they can hit this flank. Actually, we're going to work these guys all the way around. So we've got enough units over here that we can engage these guys. They still have not turned to face us yet, so we don't need to rotate our engagements. Should start to see some pretty decisive victory. I wonder if we can, like... No, I was going to try and double up the war cry and see if that worked, but not anymore. Let's just go ahead and shoot into that very light infantry. Why not? Let's try and break this flank quickly. These guys, time to pull out. You guys can charge in. Alright, back up to normal speed here. We want to get around the center, but you know what? Let's just go ahead and charge in here instead. Because these are actually their royal peltasts, so we do need to deal with them. Okay, they have turned their pikes around, so we can flip our engagements here. Now they should turn back around shortly.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Oh, there it goes. So we got the charge, and then we can just turn around. And then we can start hitting them in the sides as well. We'll go ahead and charge through our spears out here. Peltasts have eliminated their target quite decisively.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Battle ready! At the ready!
Okay, our front line is still looking very healthy. Shattered the peltasts. We'll go ahead and leave these guys in to get some extra kills there. Okay, once we get the rear charge here, we can send everyone else in. Hopefully they turn around right as our other unit shows up. Oh, they actually broke right then. Okay, cavalry, move into position. Everyone else, keep wrapping around. And that's the battle. So let's see which units I didn't manage my cavalry very well. I let them get charged on my left flank. These guys did what they needed to do. They're cheap units, so it's okay if they take some heavy losses. Pikes did well enough across the front line. Artillery probably didn't do anything besides get some friendly fire. Alright, anyway. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how that battle turned out. Now over here, I had a couple of units of pikes that did really well in terms of getting more kills than I expected them to. These swords that we used on the flanks didn't accomplish a ton, but they did what they needed to. The Royal Peltas always do a lot of work, even if they're not engaged for very long. Archers didn't do as well. That's because we had them on fire at will, and they were shooting into our own backs and into the front and shield of our enemies. These guys that I had working the left flank did pretty well. Those guys actually got a lot more kills than I would have expected. Yeah, so overall nothing too impressive, but we've done well enough. Now, we don't own any other settlements in this province, and so we can go ahead and loot this because I don't care about the public order as much, since the rebellion can only happen here, and I've got 2 armies readily available to deal with it.
You have further orders?
Plus our Imperium has increased. We'll go ahead and just take this city right down to its roots.
Ready for orders.
Now the cavalry will take a little bit to replenish. These guys will take a little bit to replenish. Babylonian heavy spearmen? Those guys actually sound kind of cool. You know what? Let's merge these guys, drop one of the units. I know they have high veterancy, but I kind of want to see what this unit is like. Alright, so we're going to have a rebellion here. That's fine. We'll leave these guys in the settlement anyway, because there's going to be a rebellion no matter what we do. And I believe that should be essentially the end of this turn. Let me just double check our agents and our fleet. Now, we have enough supplies for each fleet. We do need to continue recruiting. My concern is that they will send their secondary fleet up here. I would like to eliminate one of them right now. So, let's actually drop back over here real quick. Get as many mercenaries as we can. We'll go ahead and upgrade them, even though I normally wouldn't bother for mercenaries. And then let's attack these guys, because we should outnumber them so heavily that we can win this, even if the balance of power is heavily in their favor. So we'll see if they retreat. They're actually going to take the engagement. So let's fight this. It's going to be annoying to watch because I'll have to do it on slow motion to make sure we can actually win. But I'm pretty confident we can win this. Fog is good because our units don't have javelins and theirs do, so hopefully we can mitigate a little bit of javelin damage. Alright, so everyone is already set to ram. Our reinforcements are coming in to our right and rear. So let's actually play a little bit defensive off the start. The end goal is that we just ram them all to death, because if we get engaged in melee, obviously their ships are better. Even these guys, who have less people per ship, could probably beat our guys. I'm not sure about that, but I wouldn't be surprised by it. And then they also have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these really heavy ships. And then a bunch of just regular heavy ships. So we will play a little bit defensive and try to overwhelm them and ram them to death.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
All hands!
Okay, let's start to get very, very aggressive. Oops. No, you actually just stay where you are. Let's start to get very aggressive on this flank. Start to pressure them in. Because ideally I can have a 2-to-1 ramming ratio. Alright, time to go to slow motion and start giving some ramming orders here. Send you guys to deal with that ship. You guys to deal with that ship. We'll move the rest forward and kind of see how things develop. Give all 3 of you an attack order on one of their big ships. You guys start moving around to try and catch this ship. Okay, let's see how things are looking. We're still pretty well bunched together. We're probably going to get rammed over here, so let's maybe send you guys after one of their ships. We've got some units available in the center. Alright, so we've taken down 1 ship instantly. 2 ships instantly. These guys are not quite done. So let's actually have these ships that can try and rotate through and have some reinforcing ships try and take them out.
The battle is turning in
Okay,
our
I've
favor.
actually got to pause it because there's so bloody many ships. Okay, it looks like we've eliminated quite a few across the front. We've messed ourselves up on a ram here. This ship cannot ram, so we'll just let him go away. We want to keep our admirals alive anyway. You do not have an attack order, so engage that ship while your reinforcements come to help you out with it. You guys, I think, hit your target, so go ahead and just rotate through. You guys actually change targets to go up there. You guys are moving up to engage this. You guys try and hit that ship. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Imagine being this dude. Or this dude, even. Alright, let's let this progress a little bit. We've got no one really engaging that ship. We're gonna get rammed here, so that's unfortunate. Just don't kill us.
One of our ships is being boarded.
Crunch. Okay, I don't really know what ship is being boarded. I kind of don't really care. Everyone who has rammed, back off and do it again. We're getting boarded in the center, which is not ideal. Since they're boarding us, we need to try and take out their ships as quickly as possible. Because even if we kill the unit, any of their leftover men that are on the ships will actually kill our people. Our general here is in a bit of trouble. Okay, we've won pretty decisively on this flank. Let's actually pull some ships back.
Our general is under attack.
Let's actually have him try and board them so he doesn't just get rammed to death. Let's keep you guys ramming. See, the ships start to act a little funny once they get too heavily engaged. Okay, you know what? Instead of ramming there, just go out here. Okay, you know what? You guys ram that ship.
The general is dead.
You guys are being prevented from moving by the ship attacking you. We need to get our other general, or our other admiral, out of there if we can. Okay, and we need to wrap up this center fight quickly. So let's just give a mass ram order here. This guy has missed his target. You give him another hit. That should take him out. Who's wavering? The center where we're being boarded, which is kind of expected. You guys all get a ram order again. I don't think they will have the angle to get an attack on this ship. General, please don't die. Get as many of these ships to eliminate these guys as possible while our general runs for his life.
Our men flee the field of battle.
That's fine.
This is a shameful display.
Okay, the general will get away just barely. This admiral is almost burned to death. The sooner we can rout this all, the better. That should be the end of it. Just as soon as this unit goes. There we go. Alright, I don't know that we lost any entire units. Okay, we definitely lost some units. But trading 4 units for an entire fleet is very, very good in my book.
Your next command! For the tribe! Yes? For the tribe!
Alright, now we're not losing any veterancy by doing that.
Ready for orders!
Let's go ahead
Oh,
and
God curse ya!
put these 4 units into that
Moving
fleet,
out.
and then have both fleets pull back. We'll
Yes.
disband the mercenaries. Nah, we'll
The
keep the
sea
mercenaries for now.
beckons. Your orders? For the
These
tribe!
guys will continue
We need
recruiting
good,
because we will still
strong
need
men.
as much as we can get against Carthage, because as you can see, 2 full stack navies didn't do awesome against 1 Carthaginian navy. It's a bit of a weird place to put a an army. Would that actually prevent me from going back over here? That actually might prevent me from crossing here. I don't know. Alright, well in any case, we can just sit here and keep raiding them. They well, not obviously, but they appear to not have any way of dealing with me. Still not quite at war up here with the Arverni, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happens soon because they are buddies with Carthage. And they kind of hate me. Let's see, we've got a lot of wars going on right now. Let's see if we can start to wrap some of these up.
Know that I have an amulet
How much would you
against
have
the
to
evil eye.
have? 11,000 for
Dark
peace?
sorcery.
You know what, that's fine. We'll go ahead and pay
By the
11
flame,
grand for peace with you.
offer little, but today I am
These guys, I don't really understand why they declared war on me.
in time to
I guess we're not getting peace with them anytime soon. Parthia, I wouldn't mind getting peace with, but since we haven't
am I
taken any
always to
land
be
off of them,
disturbed
really,
by
they
foreigners?
probably don't want peace. I don't care about peace with these guys because they're just so far away that they don't matter. Carthage, Seleucids we definitely don't want peace with. Carthage, I doubt would allow peace, but we
To
can
get
see
to
if it's
the
even an
point,
option.
your appearance
Alright. So, no peace for us. There is a Carthaginian army over there. Alright, well we will sit here. Hopefully that could get us a river crossing battle with some garrison troops as well, if we get attacked here.
For the tribe!
And let's see. So we've got a solid front line, a solid cavalry force, plenty of missiles. What else do we want in this army?
Come, fight for us, lads!
We'll just take 1 unit of these guys. And then a couple of units of foreigners just to fill things out. I don't expect to actually engage with this army anytime soon. So I'm not terribly concerned about it being elite. To be honest with you, I'm kind of tempted to actually take this fight. They would have 27, so what, 47 units versus my 40. Including the elephants, they would have 8, probably 9, 10, 11, potentially as many as 13, 14, 15 units of cavalry if we were to take that engagement.
Ready for orders!
That's a lot of cavalry to deal with, so we will actually just continue raiding here. All of our agents should still be deployed. We get the campaign map movement range. It's always a good thing to have, especially in a siege army, because these units slow down your movement very, very badly.
Ready for battle.
I kind of want to recruit some shock infantry over here. I'm looking at it now. I thought I had some in this army, but I don't. Alright, so our forces are taken care of for this turn. In terms of public order and income, we appear to be fine. Income in Dacia is back up as well. Syria will have a rebellion. Unfortunately, if it's here, we don't have an army immediately present. Let's see. So we've just barely got positive public order, so we can't, I don't quite want to pull these guys down here to start doing any patrolling yet. I should have taken this army out of the city before recruiting, but at this point, it is what it is. Alright, now let's do a final check on loyalty. Our loyalty has decreased quite a bit. We will send this guy to Sarmatia to get that turned around so we can disband that army. And this guy gets to go to Syria. No, there's no point in going to Syria because it's going to have a rebellion no matter what. Let's go to Mada. Send him home to Mada. Sorry, that was really stupid. That has helped public order. It actually put it into the positive. Alright, so that's plenty for this turn. We've used a lot of our money, so we need to start building that back up soon. And because we increased our Imperium, we can issue another edict. So let's go ahead and put tax harvesting back, or tribute collection, back into place in Italia. Now we can end the turn, right? Well, that sucks. It says we actually have some chance of winning this. I disagree. They have no missiles, but they have 2 units of cavalry. Royal Peltasts and Pikes. Unfortunately, auto-resolve doesn't give us any better chances, so I guess we'll just take our losses at Samosata. I would expect the rebels to now take the city.
Between friends. What?
We...
Joe?
Do you know what? Rather than waiting another turn, let's actually send our fleets up to deal with the pirates. Because we still need to do a little bit more recruiting anyway. But this should at least prevent them from raiding if they retreat. And if they don't, then they should die. If I were to fight that, I could definitely do better than this auto-resolve. But I really don't feel like fighting it. Holy cow, maybe I should fight it. Well, I guess we're doing it. Just make sure to keep the Admiral protected. We'll move the rest of the fleet back so that we can overwhelm them. Same strategy as we used against Carthage. Now, since these ships cannot ram, they will definitely try to board me. But I don't know if I should prioritize ramming those ships, or if I should prioritize ramming their ships that have rams on them, so they can't ram me to death. Whatever.
They are better than us. How can such a foul-smelling, ugly bunch of bastard sons of whores compare with us? Even their mead tastes of piss. Kill them all.
Even making fun of their mead, that's a little low. Let's rotate around just a little bit to provide our flank with more targets. Try and keep our forces a bit more consolidated. Admiral, just get out of the way. Alright. Now we can start to get aggressive. Going to play it in slow motion again because I am just not good enough at micro to do anything else. Now we don't want to go too far around the flank here because that'll make a lot of our ships useless. Let's see. These missile ships should be really, really light, so let's actually just send 2 to deal with them. And then their melee ships will send a little bit more weight. Now this is going in a little bit earlier than I would like to, but I mean we've got to take the engagement at some point, so may as well be now. Let's use our missile ships to engage theirs. And just get the rest of these guys moving forward. Actually got to make sure my secondary line is still approaching their target. Right, now let's see how this pans out. Go ahead and give him a bit of a speed boost right off the bat, because it looks like he's probably going to get rammed. So let's see if we can get some extra damage on the initial charge here. Alright, what happened here? Did we actually ram them? We did. Okay, so we are doing enough to get 1 kill per ram on these ships, so we can redirect here. Looks like these guys kind of got in the way of each other and did not get a very good ram. Okay. Let's let things start to play out a little bit more.
The battle is turning in our favor.
It's another one down. They have not breached our center yet. Start giving some ramming orders here. Getting the missile ships out of the way, hopefully. Right, how are things going over here? Can you guys hit that? Not quite sure. Okay, we're gonna get ourselves a little bit stuck here. Just let him stop for a moment. Start to give some repeat orders, that's gonna hurt. That'll hopefully destroy this ship.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
There we go. Okay. You actually just get out of there. You guys might be able to turn sharp enough to do that. Now can we sneak through there and ram this ship or not? These guys don't quite have the ability to turn that sharp.
An entire unit has perished.
Unfortunately, our ship just got rammed to death somewhere. Well, trading one unit for a whole fleet, again, pretty good deal. Well, I think we performed slightly better than the 32% remaining force that auto-resolve predicted.
Waiting for a new course. Fleet ready.
We unfortunately don't quite have the range to chase them down and finish them off. So instead, we will just settle into port here
Your orders?
and do a little bit more recruiting.
Assembling the fleet.
Now, unfortunately, this is taking warrior population out of our border states up here.
Ready for battle.
But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Genua has a garrison that is at pretty healthy strength.
Ready
we will go ahead and engage them now. I'll probably auto-resolve this. Definitely auto-resolve this. And I think I want to just sack this, because I don't necessarily care to capture it. It's not very much money, but we get something out of it at least. Now, unfortunately, if Arverni decides to declare war on us, we might actually die. I did not realize they had 2 extra armies over here. Carthage's army can actually reach us here. The Arverni could probably get close enough to reinforce. Actually, maybe not, so now we might be okay up here. Alright, now this army has retreated. Wait a minute. Something's not right. Where is their actual army over here? Oh, duh. Still right in the same spot. Alright, well, if they continue to let us raid, we will just continue raiding. That is fine with me. Public order is back in the positive up here. Oops, so we will disband these guys and actually start moving this army. It's going to take a long time, but we will start moving this army up to the front because I really, really want to get these Sarmatian cataphracts. Are they cataphracts or lancers? Yeah, Sarmatian cataphracts. I really want to get them into my other armies because they're very, very good cavalry. Now that we have eliminated the threat from the Seleucid fleets, we can also finally expand our city here. We don't have a ton of food, and we're going to need more food once we get up to the next level on each of these main chains. So let's go ahead and get some more food here. I need to be a little bit concerned about squalor in this city, but for now, the public field is handling it. Back over this direction. The Seleucids have made the mistake of angering me. Let's see. So if we go here, that's plenty to scare the rebels off. For some reason, they actually took this engagement. We'll just auto-resolve that. 100% of my force remaining. And then we still have the movement range to chase down these Seleucids and at least remove them from our territory. Let's get the campaign map movement range, just because that's always incredible to have. And we'll get the cavalry boost, why not? We don't even have very much cavalry here, but why not? Alright, we've chased the Seleucids off, which is good enough for me. Negative 73 public order in this province. That's incredibly low. These guys actually replenished somehow. I'm happy with it. Go ahead and repair our buildings here. Get you out of the settlement. We are still not going to patrol because we've got enemy forces in the vicinity. Keep Candy's Conquerors in position by Edessa. I don't really care to take Dura. Actually, you know what? That would be another good province to take, just because we can, but we'll worry about that one later. For now, we need to end the episode. So we will end it at this point, and the beginning of the next one will be this fight. Which actually, for these guys, might be a little bit difficult. But anyway, we'll end it here.